pleasure to be with you here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your time and interest. It's greatly appreciated. So, Amarc Resources Limited, simply put, we think this is the right company at the right time. Our sole focus in life is to develop the next generation of high-value copper mines here in our home province of British Columbia. We have 3 great copper districts, and we came in this year fully funded for extensive drill programs across all 3 of them. This is going to generate continuous news flow and a number of catalysts. This team has done this before. We have developed and transacted globally, but nowhere have we been more successful at it than in British Columbia. And we are absolutely driven and committed to doing this again. This is the normal forward and cautionary looking statement. So Amarc Resources, we have 3 districts. They are the Joy, the Duke, and the Ike. They are extensive, they are 100% owned, and importantly, they're all located close to provincial infrastructure. What also unites these districts is they're all anchored on 1 or more known copper deposits, which are supported by a pipeline of high-quality porphyry copper targets coming behind them. And importantly, in those pipelines on all 3 projects, we are making discoveries. So what this does for you as shareholders, and indeed for transaction partners as well, is give you an enormous amount of optionality at the corporate, the district, and also the deposit level. And as Jeff just said, we came into this year with at least $17 million for drilling. That drilling started on the 1st of February this year and is ongoing. We have, as in partnership, we have Freeport has joined us at Joy, and Boliden, this integrated Swedish mining smelting house, has joined us at Duke. They can both earn a 70% interest in those projects. It is staged through spending up to $110 and $90 million. What this gives Amarc is access to $200 million of non-share dilutive financing. And really importantly, and this is credit to a lot of people who aren't here today, this is credit to the Amarc team. We are the operators of both of those projects. At Joy, Freeport joined us back in 2021. Since then, they've spent over $20 million. We have drilled close to 20,000 meters. We have done very extensive across this big district, airborne and ground surveys. And this is all culminating in this year. These surveys and the drilling have really shown the potential of this district. And this is going to be a very focused, very aggressive drill year, which will start in June. Boliden joined us back in late 2022. In the first year, they spent $10 million. The program this year is also valued at $10 million. We've drilled approximately 16,000 meters at the Duke deposit. That is the deposit that anchors the Duke district. That is 33 drill holes. 9 of those we've already drilled this year. In Q1, we started drilling in February. We took a break over when the snow was going during breakup, and the team are gearing back up again for remobilization. We're really excited about this remobilization. There are a number of copper, gold, porphyry targets that we'll be drilling this year. So lots of news flow out of those 2 districts. The 3rd district, Ike, this is the one we're saving for ourselves. It is our intention to be out there drilling later on in the summer at the high-grade copper-gold replacement-style deposit at Empress. This is 1 to 3% copper equivalent at reasonable recoveries. We started off this year with about 11 or 12 million in the bank. We've been out drilling. We currently have about 8 million. But through the cash call systems under our deals with Boliden and Freeport, we know we have access overall this year to $20 million at least. Amarc is associated with the Hunter Dickinson Inc. group, HDI. HDI have enjoyed great success globally in development and transaction, everywhere from Tibet, South Africa, North America, etc. But nowhere have they been more successful than at home in British Columbia. What that does is give us a huge jurisdictional advantage, not just technical, but in many disciplines. This is our technical team. Many of them don't need an introduction to this audience. It's a complete pleasure to get up and work with these gentlemen every day. There is no more accomplished porphyry copper exploration, development, and transaction team in North America. So just to recap there, we have a phenomenal team. We understand our jurisdiction. Primarily copper, we're seeing a lift in the copper market. It's backed by gold. We have Freeport in, we have Boliden in, we've raised our own money to drill the third project. Watch this space this year. So we're going to just run through the districts very quickly to give you a bit of a taster of them. We're going to start at Joy. Again, it's got good infrastructure, but we're just going to concentrate on that schematic blue arrow. Northwest of British Columbia, there's an area called the Golden Triangle. I'm sure you're very familiar with it. It hosts some great deposits, including the world-class deposits of Red Chris and Galore, owned by the likes of Newmont and Teck. They're hosted by 200-million-year-old rocks. Those rocks are not confined to the Golden Triangle. They wrap around northern BC and they come down and pass through our Joy district. So we have the right rocks. This is the results across our district of the induced polarization surveys we've completed to date. This is the chargeability component. All those bright red and pink areas, they are sulfide systems. They vary in target size from 5 to over 9 square kilometers. What we're trying to do on this project is develop trends of clustered porphyry systems. We're not after isolated deposits. We're going to look at one of those trends, the Pine Trend. This is a cross-section through it. At the northeastern end, this is the historical deposit that anchored the Joy property. We've been out there drilling it with Freeport. We've expanded it to depth internally and from 900 meters laterally to 1.7 kilometers. We come down the trend to the canyon. We have made a great and very intriguing copper-gold porphyry discovery there. We come down the trend to Twins. We think this is also ripe for a discovery from our initial drilling. Why am I talking about trends? This slide shows you why we're talking about trends, and this is our goal with Freeport. This is a slide lifted from then Newcrest in 2020 from the PDAC. It shows the Cadia trend in Eastern Australia at the top and the Red Chris from northern BC at the bottom. This is what happens with porphyry systems. They form in clusters along trends. There's a lot of work for us to do, a lot of drilling for us to do at Joy, but this is our goal with Freeport. We also have new targets coming through, and this is one we just recently announced. I haven't got time to go into it. It's called Northwest Gossan. Watch this space on this target. It's got some incredible indications from survey work. It has never been drilled, and we all love, especially myself like geologists, going out and drilling brand new targets. So going on to the Duke, this is located in central British Columbia. It's got good infrastructure access. This is the Babine Copper Gold Porphyry District in British Columbia. It's prolific. It's anchored on the old producers of Bell and Grand Isle of Noranda. This is what the topography looks like. It's flat to gently undulating. It's big forestry country. We stay at forestry camps. All this infrastructure allows us to maximize our dollars into our exploration drilling. That's what we're here for. We're here to make discoveries. This is a cross-section through the Duke deposit, which anchors this project at the moment that we drilled last year. These are last year's drill results. Copper is in red, moly is in blue, long holes of solid BC grade. This is our overall property. It's 90 kilometers long. It's 722 square kilometers. You can see the location of the Duke deposit. Also at the north there, this is just one of the discoveries. This is the Joe discovery we announced recently. This is the first new discovery of this type of mineralization in this district for decades. This is what our programs are doing. They are achieving new discoveries. The Sfeia discovery, this is shown here. Again, haven't got time to go into it, but this discovery at the moment shares many attributes with the known deposits in the Babine. We will be out there on our inaugural drill campaign very shortly, and we are all extremely excited about this target as well. So the last district is the Ike district. This is the one Amarc is hoping to get out and drill in August, September of this year. This is located in southern BC in an area which is the heartland of copper production, both for BC and Canada. It is anchored on the Ike and also the Empress deposit, which you see on the left-hand side of the slide. This is what the terrain looks like. In the foreground, you have our big Ike deposit. It's a porphyry, copper, moly, silver discovery. We want to get out there, drill it off, get it into an inferred resource, do a PEA, but where we actually want to start is where those two red stars are, Empress and Empress East. These are historical deposits, and the reason we want to go out there and drill, these are historical results, but you can see there's intercepts of 70, 80 meters, 1% copper, multi-gram gold, moly and silver. At reasonable recoveries, that's giving you copper equivalents of 1 to 3%. We really want to be out here on the ground later on this summer drilling. This is a cross-section through those two historical deposits. Copper is in red, gold is in the yellow color. We believe that there is potential to expand those two known deposits, Empress and Empress East, internally and laterally. But there is a gap area in between them of 1 kilometer where all the historical drilling, historical survey work and our survey work is saying, go drill that gap. No promises, ladies and gentlemen, but we think that there's a chance to coalesce these deposits. So, so this is the last slide, Jeff. So just in summary, a top-notch team, a jurisdiction we know, great commodities. We've got Freeport, we've got Boliden in, we're funded for our district. Watch the space. I'm here with Bob Dickinson, who's sitting at the back, listening. We're just outside the doors here. That was very fast and furious. We're happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for your time.